His dummy was 12 back again. My camera went off. I'm sorry. When I was doing my Batman review. They I'm sorry, my camera went out. But like I was saying, when it cut off it I was talking about the how the Riddler stopped Two-Face from killing him, from killing Bruce Wayne. They kidnapped Dr. Chase Meridian, and they decide to they they like I said, they kidnapped Dr. Chase, and and Alfred tells him what's going on. Tells Bruce what's going on, saying Dick left. Basically, how Dick left. They kidnapped Dr. Chase. That they the Riddler and Two-Face kidnapped Dr. Chase, and that all the stuff, the whole case been destroyed. And then somehow meanwhile throughout this movie, the Riddler's been sending Batman Bruce Wayne these riddles that he has to try to solve. They're basically like telling his identity, and him and Alfred piece it together, being the detective, in the Dark Knight detective. They figure it out. They hack and they figure out that the Riddler, in fact, is Edward Nygma. And he asked Alfred, did the bat which suit wasn't all the bat suits destroyed, saying that there's more than one bat suit. Basically saying were all the bat suits destroyed. He said no, except the M51 version wasn't destroyed. He basically said, but it hasn't been tested yet. He said, well, what better time to test it now? So we see him suiting up like in the first movie, suiting up, and then he asked Alfred, what's the best way to travel, by air or by sea? Then we hear this voice saying, why not both? And then Dick Grayson, then boom, the big entrance. Dick Grayson comes in his Robin costume, and it has to be, actually, to be honest with you, he has the R on everything. The traditional colors is red and green. Well, kind of velvet and green and whatnot. And he has the traditional R. And Batman asks him, what does R stand for? And he looks at Alfred and says Robin. And basically, Alfred made this suit. And like I said, I'm kind of glad they didn't use. But if they would have used the traditional red and green red and green Robin Hood type costume, I would have been a little mad about that. But if they had they used the Tim Drake costume, that would have been okay. The Tim Drake costume, that would have been okay. That would have been alright. But anyway, that would have been okay to see. But had they had with the damn Speedo on, Speedo like thing on, and the traditional red top and green tights and whatnot, and the elf shoes, I wouldn't have liked it. I wouldn't have liked that. But if they would have beefed it up a little bit more, but the Robin costume is actually kind of, well, actually, the Batman and Robin, the Robin costume is the Nightwing costume. The Robin costume in Batman and Robin is the Robin and Nightwing costume. And I'll talk about that in the Batman and Robin review. But anyway, Batman basically accepts Robin as his partner. So Batman's in the Batwing, I call it, like in his Batman is riding by air, and Robin's in the boat, well, speedboat and whatnot. So anyway, meanwhile, Joker and Two-Face are sitting there playing fucking Battleship. They're fucking playing Battleship, basically trying to destroy Batman and Robin. They know they're coming, and they actually sink. They actually shoot at the boat. The boat's destroyed, but Robin ejects himself out of it and actually winds up in the water, and he's basically getting his ass whooped in the water by some of Joker's minions. He gets caught in the net, And but Batman does eventually come in and save them, cause they destroy the Batwing too. I'm calling it the Batwing. They destroy it too, and Batman ejects himself. He winds up in the water. He saves Robin, and after that they climbing these rocks, and I don't know why they had to do it. They threw in a holy, one of the famous Robin holies that were made famous in the Batman 1960 TV show, made famous by Burt Ward. By Burt Ward. Was it Burt or Bart? I don't remember. I think it was Burt. By Burt Ward. He said something like "Holy Rusted Metal Batman." And I was like, I didn't know nothing about that when I was a kid, but after I had seen, because TV Land and Nick and I used to play the old Batman TV show, and I seen that, and that's when I watched this movie again. I said they had to throw in one of the holies, but Robin did that in the comic book. Robin did that in the comic. He said all the holy and whatnot in the comic books, but cause I remember, I'm not gonna get into that. Oh yeah, he did do that in the comic book. But anyway, somehow they find a way inside, but Two-Face and Robin wind up fighting outside, and Robin easily basically whoops Two-Face's ass. He basically kicks his ass, literally. He kicks his ass. And he's basically saying, this is for my mother, this is for my father, and this was for me, for my brother, and this was for me. And Two-Face is about to fall off the cliff, about to fall down, and Robin, being a hero, pulls him up, and Two-Face says something like, "Let us die, I'll see you in hell," and Robin says, "I'd rather see you in jail." So he pulls him up, basically think he's gonna surrender and just basically turn himself into the police. He can turn him into the police, and Two-Face basically tricks him and points his gun to his head and basically takes him hostage. Then we see Batman finds a way inside Two-Face, inside the Riddler's lair. And then they play this game, and then Riddler he confronts Riddler, and then Two-Face shows up again. And then these girls played by Drew Barrymore and this actress that I don't know her name, but she plays in a whole bunch. I've seen her in a lot of stuff. But anyway, the Riddler said they basically have Dr. Chase and Robin in these these big tube things, like that look like the things the tube Zordon was in on Power Rangers. He basically have them held hostage, tied up, mouse taped, and they're tied up. And he has to choose which one to save, or if not, they're gonna be basically fed to the sharks. Whoever he doesn't save, they're gonna be fed to the sharks. And then he says a riddle, and the Riddler gives him a riddle, and he doesn't get it right. And then Batman says, "I have a riddle for you." And he basically tricks the riddle, and he basically flat out throws a batarang at this little tube, at this big thing, looks like a big ass chandelier. He throws it, busts it, and all the thoughts the Riddler stole from everybody are basically set free. And the Riddler is basically destroyed. We think the Riddler destroyed, and somehow he pushes the button, and which was basically on the damn skull cane. Pushes the button. Robin and Chase go plummeting down in these watery graves. He says, "Oh, that's what they call a watery grave." And Batman dives down, saves Robin first. Well, saves Chase first, and then he not the grapple gun. He doesn't use the grapple gun, because he doesn't have the grapple gun. He has like these things, like he's Peter Parker as Spider-Man. He has these things that he shoot out of his hand, and he throws another little wire rope thing up, and he attaches to something, saves Chase, and then right before Robin is about to hit the water, Batman comes and grabs his hand, like as he did him. He grabs his hand like an acrobat. Robin basically says thanks. Then they all pull up, and then think it's almost over. Two-Face shows up. They get to the surface. Two-Face shows up, and about to take him. Basically has his gun, about to take them all out. And Batman basically says, Harvey, if you're getting something, he says, what? Your coin. Basically, Batman has his coin. He flips the coin. Two-Face tries to catch it. Then Batman throws a whole bunch of other coins up, trying to catch it. He throws a whole bunch of other coins up after, like seconds after he throws that coin up. And Two-Face tries to catch them all, but winds up falling into the watery grave. So we were just assuming he's dead, because we never see him again until the reboot version. But we never see him again. And then we cut after that scene. We cut to Arkham Asylum, where Dr. Chase is goes in and interviews the Riddler, and he basically saying he said he knows who Batman is, cause the Riddler knows Bruce Wayne's Batman. Anyway, he says and Chase basically tells the doctor, he says he knows who Batman is. And then she basically says that Mr. Enigma, so who is Batman? He comes in and says, in this jail, like he breaks part of his straight jacket, says I'm Batman. He starts flapping his wings up and down, and then Dr. Chase finds out Bruce Wayne and Batman are the same person. So we see the final scene we see is Bruce Wayne and Dr. Chase, and Chase basically tells him your secret's safe. And he basically flies out to tell him your secret's safe. And the movie ends there. The movie ends with Batman and Robin running toward the screen. But that's it. That's the rest of the movie. That's in the review. What I think of this movie, I mean, as a kid I cherished it. I actually still have the VHS tape. I rewatched it on the internet because I don't have a VCR. I don't have a VCR anymore. But I still, as a collector's item, I still have the original VHS tape. It's in the original box. I still have the original VHS tape. But anyway, I cherished this movie as a kid, but actually, when I look at it now, it's a pretty good movie. It's an okay movie. It's a happier Batman movie, because the first Batman movie was dark. The second one was kind of dark, and Batman Forever was dark. It was dark with a lot. It basically was a lighthearted Batman movie. And it introduced the and I will have to say, the only bad thing about this movie is having a Robin that's basically already halfway an adult. Was basically already an adult starting out. They should have cast. Chris O'Donnell did a great job. He did a good job in the movie. I'm not saying he didn't do a good job, but I would have liked to, in my opinion, I would have liked to see them actually have a 11, 12-year-old kid, maybe 11, 12, 13-year-old kid playing Robin. I would have liked that. Anyway, that's it. That's my Batman Forever review. My next superhero movie review. Now, this is gonna start off my superhero movies. This is the first one I did start off my review of superhero movies. This is Dami Woods 12 checking out. My next review is probably gonna be on the my next superhero movie is probably gonna be on the first Spider-Man movie. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I think that's the best Spider-Man movie. But anyway, This is Diamond West 12 checking out. Peace, God bless. Goodbye.